Hey guys, welcome to New Movie. Today we're talking about Wonder Woman 1984. So last 1984? Yeah, Wonder Woman 1984. Let's go. This is the sequel to Wonder Woman, the first one that came out a couple years ago. I think it's more than a couple years ago, but you know what I mean. For a sequel to the first movie by Patty Jenkins, who is the director. This is the sequel, written done by her as well. It is great. I like it. Is it as good as the first one? I would say it's on par. To me, I thought it was on par. I don't think it was better. If anything, maybe it was better. I think it's on par. Same quality. If you like the first one, I think you have a good, and you like that one. Pretty expectation to me. I thought it was pretty much it was good. It was a good movie. In the end of the day, I think it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It was really a good movie. I think in the end of the day, it was a good movie. And with the DCEU, they've been doing pretty well with movies. They've not made anything really bad in a while. They've been doing pretty good. Cause we had this one, then we had Birds of Prey was good. Aquaman was good. Sam was good. Joker. That was not a part of this thing, but it was good. These are making good movies. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what else. Also, Suicide Squad looks really good coming out. I don't know whenever that comes out this year. Whenever the Batman comes out. There's so many good movies coming out with DC. They're doing some good stuff. But let's get into it. What is the movie about? The movie's about Wonder Woman, and it starts off with her on, what's it called? Themyscira, and she had to do this trial thing as a kid, and and they do a thing with her on her thing. It's okay, that's cool. And that was a great introduction to her, and then we go into what the story, basically the rest of the movie is about. What it's about her, it's been years since Steve Trevor died. She walks at what looks like a museum place, doing stuff that involves, she's kind of like an archaeologist or something where she finds old relics and items and, hey, I know about the stuff obviously because I'm on Amazon and stuff, I know about all the stuff, so I'm just gonna, classify it, tell you what it is and all that kind of stuff. And they find this thing where if you hold on to it and make a wish, it comes true. And yeah, so first, I think, I don't know if Diana was first or the girl who becomes Cheetah. I forget her name. Barbara. She, I think, gets the first to make the wish, then, or the other way around, or was Diana first, but either way they make a wish, and then eventually, obviously that's how Steve Trevor comes back. Also, I'm gonna be spoiling the movie, so I just want to say that right now. Nothing so far I said was really spoiled, but spoiler warnings right now I'm gonna say because I'm gonna get into the movie. But it's about her as Steve Trevor comes back, and I have to say, because Steve Trevor's in the trailer, so he comes back. How he comes back is through this thing to make the wish, and he comes back. And he's in somebody else's body, so it's kind of weird, but I'm okay, I read comic books, so I'm used to this kind of stuff. I'm yeah, how did he come back? In a way, I'm I like it. He did it in a way where it's no, okay, you didn't, bring him back, kind of fully, but nice. And, so it's them, and they have to eventually, Maxwell Lord's in this as well. Here, I'm a big fan of Maxwell Lord, because I like Justice League International and Justice League back from the 90s, when Keith Griffin and J.D. Matthews was writing it, and also the series they done later. But yeah, I love the Justice League book, and Maxwell Lord's, one of the key elements of that book, and it's cool that they got credited in the movie. At the end, when they do a thing, at the end of it, say special thanks, and usually that's where they put in comic book creators and stuff, who had any influence on the movie, and that they did, because they definitely created Maxwell Lord and some characters, so yeah, put it at Abrams, that was nice. Maxwell Lord I liked. I can't tell if it's the comic books, or how accurate he was compared to the comic books, especially the Justice. I feel he was more maybe the later, he had a little bit of old school Maxwell Lord, mixed with the newer, evil Maxwell Lord, but in the end, he does whatever. But yeah, I'm not gonna skip that far ahead, but yeah, it was good. I like Maxwell Lord's character. I don't think he was maybe perfect to how, I think he was fine. I like the character, nothing wrong with the character. Comparing it to the regular kid, I think he was a little off. Maybe? I couldn't tell. Also, it was kind of hard. I'm comparing him to, I said, the Justice League version. Was that version was kind of hard to compare. I think for the evil version, when he was evil, I think that was fine. That felt fine, but when you're talking about points before, that was yeah, it's just him. Yeah, but he's a good character. I like him. I like Maxwell Lord, that was cool. And they did him good. I think they did him fine. So that was great. Cheetah. Barbara eventually becomes Cheetah, but that's near the end. And I don't think that's bad. I don't think the CGI, whatever you want to call it, for Cheetah was bad. I thought it was fine. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good little fight scene. I wanted to go to armor. Definitely have a fight. It's great. And then, what else happened in this movie? Maxwell Lord has a son in the movie, which I thought was interesting. I'm okay, that's cool. And eventually, obviously, Steve Trevor and them have to go. Steve Trevor and a woman have to go fight Maxwell Lord, because he basically gets the power of the Wish Stone. He makes, his wishes, I want you, the stone, to be me. Like, I want to be the stone. Basically, he becomes stone, he can grant people wishes, and everything starts going into chaos, and the world almost gets destroyed because of this guy. You know, like, yeah, this sounds like a Battle Royale kind of thing, like he would eventually cause the end of destruction. But yeah, it's great, and they have to, obviously him and Secret had to go and fight him, and eventually One-on-One has to give up Secret. It's like, I know I have to get rid of you. But yeah, it was nice. It's like, okay, they had to face some hard things. Like, I kind of knew once we figured out what it was. I'm like, okay, once they knew they had to give, I'm like, Secret was gonna go by the end of this movie. I kind of saw that early on. I knew he was gonna go. It was kind of sad because I like Secret, but it's like, yeah, sucks. But they could bring him back in the third one factory at some point. Cause they could, if they wanted to, they could bring him back. Like, a lot of people would be like, oh, we can. The comic books bring back characters all the time. It's not hard. You could do it easy, but I like how they did it here. They brought him back just for this movie for like a little bit of time. It was great. I enjoyed it, and yeah. Then eventually, obviously, stop Cheetah and McElroy and save the day and and then obviously T-Trevor dies or goes back to where he was, and then at the end, as a thing, it was great. It was a great movie. I enjoyed it. I think that covers about everything. I want to come to after credit scenes. I want to make sure. I want to mention this in case you. Should I stay till after the credits? You have the first little chunk of credits, and then you have the other chunk of credits at the very end. There's nothing at the very end of the movie, so keep that in mind. There's nothing at the very end, so you don't have to wait for the credits. Unless you do. I did, just because I wanted to. And also I like it, especially superhero movies always do, because they have that thing on the MCU Special Thanks. They have all the creators' names, the comic book creators' names. Well, it's cool to see. But yeah, I like it. Like I said, nothing at the very end. There was a little thing with Lynn Carter playing, obviously, Athenimus, or whatever her name was, stuff with an A. I can't remember the name. I'm gonna get them mixed up. But yeah, she was. I'm like, okay, cool. You got Lynn Carter play character. That's kind of, it works. It makes sense. It's kind of fun. I'm like, yeah, I like that. A little reference there, because he obviously played Wonder Woman on the original TV show stuff. And Gracie did another stuff as well, but yeah, it's great. I like it. So yeah, the movie's really great. What do I rate this movie? I'm gonna give it a solid, I forget what I get the first one. A solid A, like it's solid, nothing like makes it super like over the top, like oh my god, this is amazing. But it's just a solid, I think it's a solid movie and a great sequel. Nothing like negative, like oh my god, this is the best sequel ever, but it's good. I enjoyed it, fun movie, I really enjoyed it. So what did you guys think? Have you guys seen Wonder Woman 1984? Let me know in the comments down below and let's talk about it. You guys can always stay up and get see you in the next movie, guys. Bye, cool fam.